So I think I heard that something about the Today Show is going to be airing from Burleigh Heads this morning. It's really bloody early and we're going to the beach. Alright, so it's really early. I'm just going to go head down to Burleigh, see what it's like. It's 5 a.m. Yeah, so I haven't posted a video for a while. I did a review of the Canon lens, but it's just been super small on the coast. If you're not from the east coast of Australia, this time of year we don't get any waves. Springtime is the worst. There's only been maybe 2 days in the last 2 months that have been surfable. Other than that, it's been windy or it's been way too small. So yeah, today there's a little bit of swell. I'm gonna just go see if I can get some photos and yeah, see what it's like. The second half of this video, I'll talk about surf forecasting. And the way I do my surf forecasting, the way to just look at the charts and judge whether there's going to be waves or not. Now obviously that'll change depending on where you live in the world, but for the east coast of Australia I'll just give you some tips and hopefully that can improve your chances of getting waves. So the Today Show is like, it's the Australian commercial news on TV on every morning. So it's more entertainment than news, but we'll see what it's like. We get to see Carl and Lisa. Carl and Lisa. Where are they? Oh, they're gonna be around the corner. It looks like there's a big bloody tent over there. Yeah, so Carl Stefanovic, he's quite a well-known sort of TV host, I guess.
Well, mate, you've got to get on board. I'd probably have to take certain injections to pick up the hormones. I'd love to do that.
I tell you what, I'll grow a beard.
Yeah.
Because it's in my genes.
Yeah. It's in your genes? What?
He hosts the show with Lisa, and he's had a few incidents on TV. One, he showed up after the Logie, he showed up to work drunk.
Hello and welcome to you and a special edition of the Logies. It is 5:30, it is bright and it is very early.
And he also says some quite outrageous things. So, where are they? Oh, there they are there, holy crap. Oh cool, they're right there down by the beach. Anyway, let's check the waves out. Looks like it's really small. Anyway, I've got the long lens on today so I can take some nice zoomed in photos, maybe blur them a bit. I don't know, you just got to experiment. When the days are small like this, you just have to experiment with your settings and getting some nice interesting shots. Yeah, I think we just better do it. It's not great, it's really small. Let's do it. I just saw a set come through, it got a little bit bigger, so that's good news. Yeah, and what's the other thing you always have to do is wax your pork before you go in. guys. Well, that was a good session. Sorry, let me get you right. Yeah, that was a pretty good... No, what am I saying? That wasn't a good session. That was a terrible session. There were hardly any waves. It was super small. Yeah, the swell drought continues, I reckon. There might be like another couple more weeks until we get proper waves. But the good news is then it's summer and then the waves are freaking awesome. Yeah, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. Hopefully they get a bit more action-packed than this. I'll talk about surf forecasting, so yeah. Hopefully this will help you predict when to catch better waves. Alright, see you guys, bye. Okay, hey guys, I just thought I'd do a quick little video about surf forecasting and the things that I use to predict what the waves are going to be like the next day or even up to a week in advance. So we're going to jump on my computer screen in a second. There are three main things that you need to think about when predicting what the waves are going to be like at your favorite surf destination. The one is what the wind's going to be doing, two is the surf size, and three is the swell direction. So these three things is what you need to find out. So where I locally live on the Gold Coast in Australia, you can find out these things quite easily. I'm not sure around the world, I'm sure there'll be local sites, local wind sites and surf predicting sites that will be able to do it for you. And then just before we jump in, there's by no means am I an expert in this field. This is just what I use to predict what the surf's going to be doing. Usually I get it wrong sometimes, but most of the times you can sort of figure out what the surf's going to be like. So yeah, anyway, let's jump straight into it. So here we go. There are four websites that I use. So one is Magic Seaweed. It's big in Europe. Their surf chart model is really good. So this is the what I use for long range surf forecasting. So here you got a week outlook. So I live right over here in the Gold Coast, Australia, in Queensland. So today is Tuesday, goes all the way through to the next Tuesday. So here you can start here. You can see there's a low down here, and we're up here. So the blue, it's really small. There's no surf. We're still in the middle of a wave drought. There's been no waves forever. That's why haven't had many vlogs lately. Okay, so you go through to Wednesday. You can see the swell and the movement of all the winds. Keep going through Saturday. You can see something here in New Zealand starting to form a low, which is kicking up lots of swell. So all these arrows are showing you where the swell's going. So it's starting to here Sunday, Monday. You can see there's something developing here, which is pretty much on us, on the Gold Coast. And so that'll be a lot of wind. It means there's a storm right there. I mean, that's going to be some sort of, swell event that will happen. So it's a week out, so this will change daily. Every day it'll change, but I just keep watching it and seeing what happens. So the next thing, so say that swell's coming closer and you want to find out what the wind's going to be doing. So I use a website called seabreeze.com.au. Now they predict wind really, really well. So here you can see, so this is again, it's a week outlook. So you can see here, red is light wind, yellow is medium sort of wind, 10 to 20 knots, and then your galing wind is in green. The colors are really weird because the green should be, for light wind, which is good for surfing, but this is made for wind surfers and kite surfers. So when they have lots of wind, it's green, which is good. Anyway, you can switch the colors around. So here you go, you can see what's going on. So in the mornings it's a southwesterly coming into light easterly. But then you can go and have a look at what the wind's doing when that swell event's happening. So here in blue, you can see that the swell is jumping up again with that storm system. Okay, so then you can go through and see what the wind's going to be doing. So you've got southeasterlies turning easterly, turning north, northeast, northeast, east. So that's what I do for my wind prediction. 2 days out, it's spot on every time. Okay, the next thing I do is, the other thing the wind thing does, actually at the bottom here, it has a live feed. So you can see pretty much spot on. So it's 5 p.m. now.
5 p.m. Gold Coast, you can see that the wind is light northeast, which is pretty good. It's a bit choppy, but not too bad. So this is a live feed from the Gold Coast Seaway, which is in the north, and Coolangatta, which is south of me. So those two things, I can see what the wind is doing at this exact moment. So that's awesome. So you have a look what the wind's doing, then you make your mind up. Okay, so the next thing is the swell size. So we have buoys that sit off the coast that send data back to this website. This is a government website, environment.ehp.qld.gov.au. And this way you can see what the swell's doing. So we got 0.9 of a meter swell, wave direction 71 degrees from north. So we want 90 degrees or 100 degrees, which is perfect swell for Burleigh. And then it's got the sea surface temperature, which is sort of interesting, but it can let you know how warm the water is. But these two things is what you should watch, especially the wave height. You can see how high the waves are at this exact moment in time. So those are the three websites that I use. I use Magic Seaweed, the wave height, Queensland government wave height sort of data, and this one, the seabreeze.com.au for wind. And then I also can go jump on Coastal Watch and just see what their prediction is like. They're pretty accurate. They just don't have the exact sort of data, but their wave height, I'd look at them to see what the surf height is going to be, because if you go here and you see the wave height, that's sort of a pretty accurate representation of the exact wave height, because that's the swell size. So yeah, so that can give you some mixed readings when you go to the beach and you see, oh, okay, so that's actually what 0.9 of a meter looks like. Yeah, so that's about it. I hope that helps you guys out a little bit. I'm sure there's a heap of other websites out there that can help you predict the surf, but these are just some of the ones that I use, or these are the ones that I tend to use the most, and they work really well. It'll differ wherever you live in the world, so just keep that in mind and just try to find those three things, and you can, predict what the surf's going to be at your favorite spots. Anyway, my name's Dylan Brayshaw. I hope you found this video useful. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and anyway, hope to see you out in the water. See ya.